Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Raw review with the one and only team, the British team that is, the British Fist.
Catching
enigmatic assholes, the asshole being Mr. Parkin, and the enigmatic one being the one and only NJ.
What's up?
We're here to review Monday Night Raw for you guys. Subscribe up above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on this rather interesting show down in that comment section below.
And make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
And before we get on to the Raw review today, just want to say to you guys, Alex Riley won in a dark match. Is that not good news for Alex Riley? Shame it was in a dark match, that's all I can say. Because Raw could have needed Alex Riley tonight, couldn't it?
Indeed.
We open up the show with Kane, your favourite Kane. He talks about people not embracing their hate like Cena. When people say Cena sucks, they're actually channeling it on themselves. And this leads to Cena coming out and they end up brawling backstage. It was a somewhat interesting way to start the show, wasn't it?
Having Kane come out, again, it's adding more to their feud, kicking them off because obviously throughout the night it was going to be focusing on them in some areas. So the brawl backstage got interesting, showing us that the WWE are maybe using the backstage more in their build and stuff. So it's interesting to see.
And you bring out an interesting point there, that they focused a lot on Kane and Cena tonight, didn't they? Which kind of shows you that that whole bad main event, Raw main event rating a while back is kind of taking its toll. You see the brawl backstage. They go outside and basically it was a nice little brawl, wasn't it? And then Kane just disappears out of nowhere. It's kind of like, oh, that's something mysterious, I guess. But it was an interesting way to open the show. Better than just having a long-ass promo.
Again, opening with them two maybe could have opened something that's entertaining, but this did open up with a show with a bit of action, and it was interesting to see. Yeah,
it's good. It's good to see WWE utilising the backstage area. That's all I can say. Next we got a tag match: Sheamus and Santino versus Wade Barrett and Jinder Mahal. This match kind of ties in with SmackDown because we have, Jinder Mahal versus Sheamus kind of announced for SmackDown. Just a shame Santino beat Jinder Mahal clean. It was kind of just like, wow, I'm supposed to believe Sheamus is going to face Jinder Mahal on SmackDown. We've had Santino just beat him clean. What the fuck?
Yes, you had the bro kick and that, and then the tag into Santino. But again, at least Wade Barrett didn't get the pin. He just got knocked off the apron, okay, whatever. But again, it went the best way it could have. Yeah,
probably. I guess Barrett didn't do the job, so I don't know. Just this whole Jinder Mahal Sheamus thing is pissing me off at the moment. But anyway, you know, what was interesting here? No, I can't even remember what I was going to say because I've got Funkasaurus in my head. The tag match, it was really not that good. The Hall of Fame first inductee is none other than Edge. We got a nice video package. I thought he might appear, but I'd have liked it if they saved this Hall of Fame appearance for next year in Toronto when they're in Canada rather than now. I feel Macho Man should be in the Hall of Fame this year.
There's been a few complaints and maybe it's too early for Edge because obviously they have a few years or so building up to their Hall of Fame status. But the way I see it is that Edge, he needs an award or something for what he's done, and it's injury. Maybe it's a payoff to say thank you, but maybe it could be too soon. Either to be two sides.
By the way, Sheamus, Santino, Wade Barrett, and Jinder Mahal are the first 4 people in the Royal Rumble, as officially announced by WWE. So at least we got some Royal Rumble build. We didn't get much tonight. We had backstage Miz trying to recruit people throughout the night, and trying to get Mason Ryan of all people, Epico and Primo, Ricardo Rodriguez. La cucaracha.
The Mason Ryan appearance, again, he kind of failed, keep not having any involvement in WWE, so having that appearance, I thought, wow. Epic and Primo, again, I was looking forward to them getting involved, but maybe they can save that for SmackDown, and Rodriguez will save it till later. Yeah,
and we also see Kane lurking around at many points backstage, didn't we? Because Ryder and Eve are in love, and they're starting to do this horror story thing, aren't they? Where Kane starts appearing during Ryder's segments backstage. That was really fucking corny, wasn't it?
I think adding that, again, all of a sudden, Kane's appearing somewhere, and it's really freaking him out. It's adding something that happens later, but again, it's a bit, film style kind of action.
Next, we had Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan in a match which was announced on WWE.com. Notice how Daniel Bryan did the Code of Honor at the start of the match. The match only went 1.5 minutes, and Bryan makes Kofi tap out in a short match. The only problem is, didn't really seem like many people really cared. As long as it's making Bryan look strong, don't get me wrong, but no one really give a shit.
I'm the champ!
But anyway, after the match was where this really started getting interesting. Out comes Big Show. And basically, all this segment, they have a little promo. It sets up a rematch on SmackDown, no DQ title match. And 2 things here. The SmackDown last week got a 1.8 rating, despite a lot of build. Do you think that they're going to be taking the belt off Daniel Bryan and they're going to blame Daniel Bryan for this ratings drop?
There is a big feeling that they're having this rematch for that purpose, but then again, with it being no DQ, they could be adding this so Mark Henry can get involved so they can make a Royal Rumble match as a triple threat.
So it should be an interesting match, I will say that. Why couldn't they have not announced something for Royal Rumble? Maybe save that for SmackDown, who really knows? But I'm just saying, we need some Rumble build, WWE here. Come on. Oh, we got on to the next segment! In the next segment, we had the return of the Funkasaurus, the cross of Rikishi and the Godfather, Brodus Clay. He comes out with 2 dancing girls. He's like this massive pimp. Like, after all the video packages we got of him being a monster heel, we got this. It sure caught me by surprise. I will say that right now. Give me your quick thoughts on the Funkasaurus, Brodus Clay.
Okay, again, the video packages before his return, before they started advertising to show them him not turning up, it really made us think that he's going to come back, be a dominant heel, maybe a possible Mark Henry, big Kane kind of character. Then he comes back and he's wearing all this pimp gear, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not what we wanted to see. You're not a monster anymore, you're this face, and he was getting Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be interested now.
It was basically, I admit, I was, after the initial surprise of I was a little bit entertained by the gimmick. I don't know if it was because it was so stupid that it was stupid, or I don't really know. I can see where they're going with this. They're trying to take the idea from Rikishi and Godfather, trying to make him a special attraction, but it's just like, wow, after all that expectation we got that. I know it was something different, but Jesus Christ, whoa. More thoughts on that in our Wednesday video, by the way, guys. Where we're going to talk a little bit about Brodus Clay. We're also going to talk a little bit about Daniel Bryan's character as well. So make sure you check that video out on Wednesday, of course. We're going to go into a bit more depth about Daniel Bryan, where that might go, and where Brodus Clay's character may go. Maybe even a little bit of our truth after tonight.
Yeah, that would be the case, because obviously that's left me in a bad kind of position of Brodus Clay's return.
that was funny. Fucking hell. CM Punk versus Jack Swagger was at our main event. Are we really surprised this new trend of having our WWE champion CM Punk in the main event and our main event and John Cena in the main event? Are we really surprised after that bad hour main event Raw rating that we got?
Sadly not, but this match got a bit of time, which made this match made better than the last one.
This is one of the segments of the night that actually tied in with the Rumble. We've got a match announced. You have Jack Swagger, who's, Dolph Ziggler's sort of, toy buddy, I guess, on this tag team partner. Laurinaitis comes out and adds that if Punk wins, Vicky and Swagger will be banned from ringside, and that Ziggler will go one-on-one with Cena later tonight. So Laurinaitis is playing fair cop in this match, so, back up, Vicky, back up. It got a lot, so it got 14 minutes, though. The problem is, last week, in that gauntlet match, or whatever match they had, 2 weeks ago, it took Punk about, 3 minutes to beat Swagger? Now all of a sudden they're having a really overly competitive match. It was kind of like, And the referee botched the fucking finish.
The thing about this match was interesting because I thought Laurinaitis was going to get involved because he was at ringside, but the match itself, it had good action. It made me feel that maybe Jack Swagger was going to be this guy that's going to be used a lot more, but I doubt it. But the ending, it's made me think that maybe, as we still got weeks till the Royal Rumble, they're going to redo this match or do something.
So they played it a lot, didn't they?
Replay it, yeah.
They replayed it, and we're talking about the referee having a bad finish, so maybe it was deliberate, but maybe the ref botched it, who knows. It was a good match, though, and at least it tied in with the Rumble. It was one of the very few segments that actually did tie in with the Rumble tonight, apart from the video packages we got in the Royal Rumble.
Because the question we had at the beginning of the show was, let's see how much segments are Royal Rumble related, and sadly we didn't really get enough for this show.
No, we get our second Hall of Fame inductee, the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, Blanchard, Barry Windham and Ric Flair going into the Hall of Fame. I can't say I have many problems with this. They are a legendary faction. Still want Savage in there, but maybe we'll get him later. Hopefully, please.
Well, I think instead of getting 2 big surprises of one show, having Edge and then the Four Horsemen, it is a fair deal.
Shaping up to be a good Hall of Fame, I'll give it that. They got a lot of star power in there so far. We then have Ricardo Rodriguez calling out at the ring and calling out our truth. Your mum is ugly and you stink. And after that backstage segment with the Miz, oh god. Is it me or have they gone really, really over corny trying to appeal to kids with our truth's character? He's like, yeah, good, nah, Jimmy. isn't it? Or they're just being really corny now with R2's character. It's kind of annoying a little bit.
I think they're trying to make him entertaining because obviously he's got the gimmick that people can like about him. But I think maybe instead of him talking straight in his promos, he just go a bit over the top, and maybe that gets his character a bit out there a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to some degree, but they're really trying to appeal to kids with this whole little Jimmy thing, and I think that's Vince's idea of merchandising. We've got Ricardo Rodriguez singing La Cucaracha, wait, a remix, La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha, and then we get the whole Truth attacking Ricardo Rodriguez going, oh, again, and Miz beating on Truth, and then you get the interaction between them two. It was okay. Again,
the whole adding Rodriguez to this was kind of, where did that come from?
La Cucaracha?
Like, yeah, he went backstage picking everyone, but Rodriguez, and then the attacking Rodriguez, you know it was going to come eventually. The Miz thing, we was waiting for this to happen, because obviously we had all this hype in the last few weeks. Now it's Miz's turn, but then Miz ran off.
You know, the thing is, sooner or later in this feud, they're going to have to make Miz look strong at some stage. He is the heel. I understand they're trying to bring R-Truth back strong, but they've got to make Miz look strong at some point, haven't they? Really? If they're going to make this feud last.
Well, it has to be two-sided, and I'm thinking so far it's been on R2's side a lot, so having this bit of Miz at time was needed eventually.
So, an okay segment, despite the fact it was very corny at points.
It was, I think, to be honest, the Rodriguez thing, after the Rodriguez bit, is starting to show what we needed to see all along.
Yeah, after that segment, we had Chris Jericho coming out. Yay! It's just yeah, he didn't talk again, did he? You know, to all these people out there that are saying that Jericho is trolling us, this is just ridiculous now.
Well, this is the way I see it. Again, I would maybe have had Chris Jericho come out and not talk. The whole crying thing. I'm really not thinking this is him building up a good character here. Maybe this has ruined it a bit. But again, we didn't really get any more explanation of the video returns. We didn't get any flashback or explanation of that. So I think this week was just horrible Chris Jericho segment.
They're trying to drag it out, aren't they? But it's just that, you know, the crowd, even though he was supposed to go here last week, still love him. He still points to the crowd and they still fucking cheer. And it's kind of like, are they really getting the point across that he's here yet? Just his crying and that he just leaves without saying anything again. Yeah, well, whatever. He's trying to troll us, but goddamn, how is this going to bring in viewers? How are viewers going to be interested by this? Just saying. Just saying.
This is meant to be a big storyline in the WWE. Chris Jericho's turn. What is he going to do? But these last 2 weeks maybe have not been as impactful as a return should be.
Yeah, that was what we expressed in our video we did last Wednesday, which we'll post down there. Post looking at Jericho's return. So yeah, after that somewhat emotional segment for Jericho, not for us. We were quite bored. We get Eve Torres coming out for a match. And we were like, huh? Isn't it not time for the main event? Eve Torres comes out, and then we have the music of Kane going. And it's kind of like, wow. And then Ryder comes out and gets her, and then they go backstage. And then they start doing this horror movie corny shit. And then there's this flat tyre on the fucking car, and Eve Torres starts going, hurry, Zach, hurry! We gotta get out of here! And it's just so, corny and badly acted. And I'm just like, you can tell they've got Hollywood scriptwriters when they're doing shit like this.
Eve Torres is maybe the bad choice, but then again, the whole build-up to what it was leading to was interesting. It kept Zack Ryder in his place, and I'm like, Zack Ryder was shocked, he was getting scared. But again, this is helping Kane's character in somewhat way, so all this is the main event.
Zack Ryder may be a decent wrestler and might be over with the crowd, but he can't fucking change a tyre to save his life, can he?
Not very well.
Doesn't mean was that tyre tiny. It didn't even fit the fucking car. But anyway, that leads us on to our main event where we have Dolph Ziggler versus John Cena. You could tell they were really rushing for time when they didn't have Dolph Ziggler have an entrance, and the match was very rushed, wasn't it? The match itself went about 3 minutes and was very, very rushed. And you could tell that it was rushed by the way they were selling the moves and stuff.
I know it was rushed, but again, I went into this short, rushed match. It just didn't give me any possible... Ziggler's a good wrestler in this match. Yeah. Again, the main focus was on the Titantron, yes. Yeah, we had the whole focus on Kane and Kane and John Cena. I'd like maybe a little bit more focus on Ziggler, as he's the number one contender. He kind of seemed like a bit of an afterthought in this segment, but I guess WWE are running down this whole Kane Cena in the main event thing, so I can't really expect Ziggler to get much focus in this segment. We get the thing on the Titantron where Kane is attacking Zack Ryder,
And then Cena goes backstage, so I'm guessing Dolph got a count-out win. We never really saw it because he was injured on the floor and we didn't see the 10 count.
No, I enjoyed the whole Kane get involved. Obviously, he wanted his best way to get his, as he said, revenge. So he got revenge on Ryan and then Cena when he came backstage. But the whole Ziggler thing, I think they're really not showing his part in the main event as strong as they could have done. But then again, the whole, like I said at the beginning, the whole show is mainly focused on Kane and Cena.
I mean, they've had him beat CM Punk twice now, Ziggler, and he was in that main event segment, so I guess it's okay. They've already made him look strong kind of going to the Rumble already, but this was mainly focused on Cena and Ziggler, like you said. This is obviously WWE doing their whole ratings thing and sticking with what they feel is going to be getting them ratings. But the whole segment where Cena comes backstage, Kane chokeslams Ryder off the stage, and even though you could tell it was very choreographed and they had the crash mat there as well, you could see that. But it was still an interesting segment when you had Kane strangling John Cena again. An interesting way to open and an interesting way to end the show, despite John Cena being in each segment.
And the thing I actually liked was John Cena actually let Kane come out on top again for another week. So I enjoyed that. It's showing Kane, I guess it may be about Cena's character, but they're actually working on Kane's in this particular Raw, so I was quite happy with it.
Yeah, so the main event was okay, I guess. You know what, NJ, this Raw really felt really badly written, in my opinion. It felt like really last minute, and you can really tell, can't you, when these Raws are written at the last minute. It affects the way we view the show a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a super show, but even with the SmackDown wrestlers, it didn't help the show. I really did not like it.
First of all, this show had its moments, I'll give it that, but it wasn't moments where I say to myself, oh, this is great build to the fucking pay-per-view, which you've got coming in 3 weeks' time. We've got 2 matches announced, apart from the video packages. Nothing is really Royal Rumble based. Why not have some Royal Rumble qualifying matches? At least that'll fill time and actually have something to do with the pay-per-view. I'm really, really worried about WWE and the way they're hyping up to this Rumble. We've got another free title match on free TV on SmackDown. The show itself was not... It was just so corny at points. It just really questions where WWE's loyalties lie in this business at the moment.
Because this show did work on characters like Miz, Brodus Clay,
Kane and Cena, I guess.
So it did work on character, but it's not the character they should be working on. It should be the feuds that are going into the Rumble, and this show really lacked it. I didn't feel that this was a good show or Rumble hype, so I don't know.
No, I mean, the show really wasn't that good. If you were going to grade it, what would you give it?
C-.
I'll probably go C-D+ personally, but it really is, grading doesn't really matter too much, but the show really wasn't very good. It had its moments, but God damn, it really didn't seem to satisfy us as smarks at all, did it? Or even as general casual fans watching wrestling.
No, they weren't really good enough for us in this match. No, that actually kept us entertained and wondering, oh, this is a good match. Just let us down.
WWE focusing on entertainment once again, guys. But there we go. That's our thoughts on Raw. We didn't like it that much. Get your thoughts on this rather interesting edition of Raw down in the comment section below. Make sure you check out our Wednesday video where we will be talking about Daniel Bryan's character, Brodus Clay's new fucking character, and maybe a little bit on R-Truth as well. Who really knows? We'll go in that on our topical Wednesday video. Make sure you check that out. NJ, do your thing.
Oh, okay, people. Hopefully you enjoyed Raw. It weren't the best Raw, and I just really don't think many people enjoyed it from what happened on Twitter and Facebook. All I can say is leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Tell us what you thought of Brodus Clay's return, the John Cena and Kane, just the matches, the boring matches we got in the comment section below. And that has been it from the British Fist, Mr. Parkin, and me, NJ. Till next time, people. Goodbye.